Hey babes! My name is Kesavan, better known as Cass. I go by the pronouns of he, him, and I'm a proud Singaporean Indian gay man.
My name is Revati. My friends call me Ray because the usual they can't pronounce the entire name. And I go by the pronouns of she and her.
Growing up, queer was it was a battle that I faced during my younger years. It was more like walking on a tightrope, actually. But I would say I've grown to accept both ends of it, and I try to marry both sides to it into my career. Yeah.
It's beautiful. For me, it's I knew that I was different from very young. Strangely, I felt very comfortable. But I think as you grow up and you realize that that's not what the society wants, you start to sort of like hold back a part of you. And I had to go and find that part of me back again. And similar to himself, I found it through my career, which was initially media. And of course, I am still continuing parts of that in what I do.
I believe we all come with different sets of challenges when we were all growing up. We cannot forget about all the, especially as a gay guy, we all used to have this, name callings and whatever not, your Indian slurs, whatever slurs that you have. But I think over time, you just learn to accept who you are, not in the younger days, but when you are like in your 20s and all, because you've also started working, and after a while, all these things actually don't eat up your head that much. But then again, I'm 34 this year, and I've been in therapy for like 10 years. And getting into therapy actually allowed me to, accept this part of myself, which is actually the loudest truth in my life.
That's pretty interesting. So was it through therapy you decided to accept yourself?
Yes. So I think we have all gone through the stage of, bullying because of who you are. I'm not sure about the rest, but I think I didn't let it affect me that much. But I was just dwelling in it. Part of me was just dwelling in it. And I just wanted to, address it. I just wanted to make things clear. So I think therapy really helped me to, come out of that shell and celebrate who I am right now. Yeah.
That's great. So for me is I didn't really have to deal with I did face bullying, but it was not from outsiders. Strangely, it was my partner. So she sort of held it against me. So that's when I realized that why should I feel... It was so strange because, accepting yourself and then your partner is like holding that against you. And, sort of like I would tell your mom, this is who you are. So I was like stuck in between accepting who I am and actually even celebrating my
that's
relationship.
strange, but you guys are like about the same, right?
That's weird. Yeah. So I think it's very complex, this whole thing. Sometimes I feel that the hate doesn't come from outside, but it actually comes from within the community. Yeah, so one fine day I was in school and I just turned and looked at my very good friend and told her that, hey, I think I find this person cute and I might like this person. And she was like, and I said, I might be bi. Because at that age, I think I was 15 years old.
You're still figuring out yourself.
The term itself is very new to me. I didn't have any like sentiments behind any of this. So I was just like telling her, I didn't think much of it. So she was like, oh, okay. And then she went on with the day. I went on with my day. So it was pretty fine. And I think when I had my first relationship, it was not like it was a big thing to find someone that's like you and that you like in Singapore. That was a big deal.
Yeah.
But then, it was a big thing, but it's also not a big thing because I think it's part of your life. You would eventually find someone that you would want to be with and then go on with life.
I think it's also because of era. Because when we were 15, we think it's big. But you ask a 15-year-old now, I don't think it's big for them.
Netflix.
Yes.
They're exposed to that kind of content. Our content was actually censored a lot.
Yes.
So it's... But I think we were growing up with internet.
Yes.
So that was the kind of content we were consuming back then,
Correct.
right? So yeah, so it was like, if you go and ask my mom, I mean, she is like, just recently she made this remark that I don't know what this means. Only now I watch in this kind of platforms, but we don't understand how it works, right? So I think, yes, the media that we consume really does
Yes.
shape up the narrative that we have.
Yep.
Yeah. So coming back about the challenges, when I told my sister, she didn't make it a big deal, which is why it was also normal for me.
Right.
But I always knew that it was not going to be. My mom will not accept it. Perhaps it's because of the narrative we grew up with, right? So. And I also used to watch all those YouTube coming out videos that, how someone would wall out of their eyes, they would say, I'm going to finally tell my mom, and then the mom would sit down there, they'll tell the mom, and then they'll be like, the whole internet will celebrate.
Was it something like that for you?
We'll get there. Yeah.
Okay.
So the bullying for me came when I was with this partner. And that's when I realized that, oh wow, I am actually different, and it's not going to be so easy to come. I mean, I had to learn a lot about myself, and I think generally whatever I'm going to share is about, I think whether you're gay or you're straight, the whole point is you need to accept yourself.
Yeah.
If you're not comfortable with how you are, no matter who you are, even if you're straight, you'll never be, shining.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, bullying is, I think, it's just pretty subjective, but it's also about you accepting yourself. If you are self-bullying yourself, there's no way you will feel comfortable.
100%. 100%. I should say I'm lucky in a way because I work as a bridal image stylist. So, and I deal with a lot of South Asian, clients as well. Whether it comes to going for a traditional temple wedding or you're like a traditional temple bride. And in Singapore, I'm like one or two male makeup artists that's established here. And I think I got very lucky in terms of that because people have seen me, people have seen how outspoken I am. They've also known how loud I am on social media. But when you see me in real life, it's total opposite. Right? You don't get the same case event like how you get on social media. And I think that's how I got lucky when it came to, getting my career into it and letting people know that you can actually, be yourself and do a fantastic job as well. But then again, put this aside, all the popular makeup artists all around the world, they're all male and gay. And, and I don't understand why people seem to be very shocked or surprised that you are an Indian male makeup artist in Singapore and you are gay. I'm like,
oh,
why?
Really?
Why not?
Okay.
And when it comes to draping a sari for them, some women still they feel so shy when I tell them that, hey, I'm also like y'all.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm also like y'all, But most of my clients are very, very acceptive. They know who I am. They know my identity. I think in that way, I've been quite blessed. So I think I'm more or less okay. Yeah.
So for me, embracing my South Asian identity, it's I think if you compare me trying to identify my sexuality versus identifying my my race, I think it was a bit more confusing for me in the extent because my dad is mixed. Baba mixed Indian. My mom is full Indian, So, and I don't look, I think very much, people don't think that I'm Indian instantly. If they see me and my sister, we don't look very similar. I think I tend to get a bit of the Chinese traits of less dense brows and more high cheeks. So, and also I think the friends that I sort of grew up with, they mostly were Chinese. So, I couldn't, I think it took me some time to accept the Hinduism. I think at the age of 25, when I was really thinking of who I am, what I want to be, and all the big questions, then I realized that, okay, Hinduism is a religion that I could practice, and I think I'm more comfortable being myself here. So I think they call us, race is actually like Peranakan, Chetty
Right.
Peranakan, but there are not many. I mean, I don't think people actually know how the Indian Peranakans are here. We don't practice that anymore. We just use follow whichever ritual which is like normally used at home. So Thaipusam you'll go,
Right.
Deepavali you go. But if you look at the Peranakan, how they do it, it's very different. They have a mix of Malay, Chinese, and then a bit of Indian. It's very different. So, and then there was also my sexuality here, another confusing stage. Here's another confusing stage. So, I think there was one time, usually for Deepavali, you will like wear the sari, and then go. One of the years, I decided to wear my Baba attire, which is not normal because I would usually attend my mom's side and they're all like
Traditionally dressed.
South Indians, yeah. But I would also visit my dad's side, and my grandmother was still around at that point, so I got like a kabaya and I wore, and then I really just went. For once, I felt that was me. But it was also shocking to my family because like usually it's sari la varum, but this is like Malay attire, So if you ask me, there are very little things that I do in my own way to understand myself. Even until today, I would love to someday go to like Malaysia and find like the original Peranakans that exist there. And I go to the temple, I know there are temples there, and really understand how they do things. Yeah, because sometimes I think knowing ourselves, it's not by going in the exterior. For me, the answer was really digging within myself, my roots. So when I did that, I eventually realized it's bit by bit that I realized that, okay, I can dress like that. I can also go ahead and, be myself in terms of like whatever I want to be. But in terms of my career, it's not very much like yours. You're in a very specific industry where you can. Like you said, the typical mindset is that Indian gay men makeup artists are mostly gay. Is that generally they're.
I have not seen an Indian guy who's a makeup artist and not gay.
Oh, okay.
It's either they're gay or they are still stuck in a closet, or it's a lavender marriage. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. What's a lavender marriage?
Which means you are still hiding your identity.
But you're married.
We're married
to a
woman.
Women. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, when I went and started practicing in my industry, which is in media, I didn't feel very comfortable expressing my sexuality to my colleagues. I don't know why. It's like my friends, they were like my family. Suddenly now you have to like. I didn't find comfortable to like go and tell them who I was, and it was a very small company. I wasn't a big company, but I decided to join a small company to really learn. By that point, my focus was just like about career, and I was in a very male-dominated industry. Right, I studied motion graphics and broadcast design, so you do work a lot in the post, a lot edit, and it's sitting in the computer. But I actually enjoyed doing a lot of portrait shoots. When I was free, I would call my friends out and say, "Hey, I want to do a shoot of you because I have this concept." And I tend to play with time and people and putting people in different time space. So only through that hobby, I think I was like playing around a bit with my creative expressions. But even through that, I think I didn't. There isn't much. I think the media space industry is not so huge because if you're in a niche, it's pretty much small, right? Your voice is still small, unless like yourself, you're very comfortable to be, loud on social media. So which is great. But for me, I tend to be private. But I also want to speak up. Maybe that's why I'm making this video.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm trying to find a balance all the time. Yeah, because I think people have this idea that, gay people are so loud in your face and, they're like...
Yeah, it's a stereotype. But I have seen really quiet gay men as well.
Yeah. So for me, in terms of career, I think it was very difficult for me to like find that match.
You should never doubt yourself. That was the mistake I did when I was in my early 20s. I think when I was in NS, I feel like if I did not doubt myself, I would have established just a little more and had the courage to, join the pageant earlier. Because I don't know about you guys, but I felt like I joined the pageant industry when I was fully ready to express myself as a loud individual gay Indian man in Singapore. And when I started that journey, I was already 31. And usually for pageants, guys, the age cutoff is 35. And I wish I knew about myself and identified my true self sooner so that I had a bit more time to grow in the industry. That actually has maybe the past 2 years has been quite a big part of my growth, I would say. But besides that, don't let anyone tell you you are not good enough or you should never be this way or whatsoever, because this is your life. You decide your destiny, and never let anyone dim your light, because you might never know. One day someone would look at you in your social media and write to you and say, "Thank you for inspiring me."
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I think the current generation, they are very bold compared to us.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
And if I was in my 20s, I think I wouldn't be like this, because I used to be very rebellious, very loud. That's the other side of me. Perhaps it's the nature of my industry that I am like that, which is why recently I went to go and get a haircut, because I felt that that's
It's
not
amazing.
me. I need to get it cut. I need to loosen up a bit. So perhaps if I had seen myself when I was really depressed and thought that I was not good enough and not worthy of love, I would have told myself to be kind to myself instead of being kind to others. I think if I had learned how to be a bit more patient with myself, I wouldn't have gone through so much of that stress and unnecessary. Because when you go through that, and healing yourself after that is going to take that equal amount of time.
Of course.
So I would tell myself, as much as you preach to be kind to others, first practice it.
Yep. I think it will be my name, Kesavan Uriyapan. Because I think being at 34 years old, I have been through my set of challenges, and I've also celebrated life equally as well. And I can't think of a better name than to name it after my name.
The title of my life story would be Being Ray and Gay. The reason is being gay is just being happy. And that's how I understood the word gay when I was in secondary school. Yeah.
Thank you for watching and showing your love.
Stay tuned for more Pride stories next week.
Bye.
Bye.